large race. So it's kind of always interesting to see what choices the runners will make.
And they're right off the bat, we are getting that divergence. Some bombs to start out of the house and just a little bit of pocket change there.
All right, so we can cleanly separate dirty uncle routers on the top half of your restream. And all right, we got a map check.
2 pendants in Light World.
Yep,
green
pendant
at Hera.
on Hera.
Yeah, and blue at Desert. Look like crystal number 1, I think, at Eastern.
Let's see if Bentisi is rewarded by his diligence for getting a kill for the tree pull. He was not. No rupees or bombs.
But 20 bucks there in the first chest.
All right, meanwhile, we see Ag and Korik going to the Lost Woods. It'll be interesting to see if they choose to continue down into Kakariko without bombs, or if they are going to save it, quit, and go elsewhere.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I mean, opinions on the route aside, the 45 bucks and some bombs is going to help them out getting to the village. Bombs for the bush crab, too.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Forest goers.
Sometimes you feel bad when you make that trip all the way up to that bush crab, and it's, he just throws out fairies or something. So yeah, it's always nice when you're rewarded.
When you don't have the net yet or anything.
All right, so we are seeing that save and quit that we discussed briefly from Korik and Ak there. Doing, looks like Kakariko from the south entrance. I bet they're pretty happy to see those bombs at Link's house.
Yeah, for sure. Now we got Ak going for the gamble, the odds on the bushes too, getting 1 out of the set.
Yeah, those 2 bushes have each 50-50, so I mean that's how math works. You're 100% guaranteed every time to get at least 1 bomb. Am I right? That's math. That's indisputable.
That's some interpretation of math, I'll tell you that.
I have gone to that damn bush to get 2 50-50 bombs and had to switch screens 5 times.
Yeah.
It's just PTSD. Alright, let's get a peek in our library here. Alright, just a blue rupee in the library, so nothing relevant boots locked that we know of yet. Yeah. Neither of our on-stream runners elected to kind of take a peek at the lumberjack tree, I believe, which is pretty typical for... Unless I missed it.
No, I don't think they went in because, these days the meta is don't even bother until you have any indication you might be able to get it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've got Silvers.
Pretty typical virus here.
Sunken item real early for Korik as he throws the curveball, skips the village, and has been exploring the south.
Yeah, does silver tarnish in water? Does it rust? I don't know. So there's got to be a metal alert just in stream here. Someone bail us out in Twitch chat. Yeah. I'm too lazy to Google. I can't make it happen. All right, Blind's Hut. Not particularly exciting. Bentisi's having a hard time with the orthogonal nature of the push blocks, but he got there.
Sure did. Oh, and a sword out of Agina's cave. That's a check a lot of people would rather not make, but that may end up paying off for him, at least early on.
Yeah, that's in fact, Korik's routes here. I mean, granted, silvers are nice to have, but whether you get them in the first 3 minutes or at 1 hour and 3 minutes is kind of irrelevant, typically, for most fights.
Yeah, I think most runners are going to check that sunken item, but that extra sword might end up being something, if only among the first 4 on stream.
The first 2 swords are definitely part of the logic, so... And the first sword is just nice to have in general, in addition to being required entry for a few locations.
Indeed. Yeah, so
Korik putting his bush crab bombs to use.
A lot of rupees out of the well.
Generous Guy Cave. Hammer.
Oh boy.
That's always nice to find.
Yeah.
By itself, not doing a whole lot right now, but you always need the hammer.
Absolutely.
Oh. So Korik's going to continue on the south part of the map here, heading over to Ice Rod Cave.
Yep, willing to make the long walks on this seat so far. We'll see if they continue to pay off.
Yeah, he's definitely been rewarded so far. I mean, he will eventually have to go to Kakariko. But honestly, outside of that shovel, wasn't really a whole lot there. I mean, outside of the lives and homes of the denizens of Hyrule, obviously.
Yeah, but those don't fit in your inventory.
No, you can't take the memories with you, Epi. That's what I've always. All right, so we got more mini Moldor murder on Jay Coper's screen here. I think he threw that one bomb just to show off. I'm assuming that's what that was all about.
I think I've seen an episode of Rocko's Modern Life where that gag went wrong.
Well, he got a 2-for-1 at the next bomb, so I'm assuming it was 100% planned and intentional.
Yeah. Oh, Korra getting bombs off of one of the tree pools. I guess the 4 no hits.
Yep. Yeah, it's the next. I don't know what you call it, like cycle or set of drops.
All right, and here comes the shovel check. More bombs.
Yikes! So all of Kakariko basically garbage tier.
Yeah.
So yeah, Korik's
movies
alternate.
are nice, but yeah, not in the logic. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, I was almost having more bomb trubs with the mini Moldorm, so he got them.
And Korak heading into the famous 4th pendant dungeon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, if you're gonna make the call to put off or delay Kakariko, and especially with a sword, you know, you've got everything you need. No, you know, no gloves or anything like that to really incentivize you to check the back of escape first. So, I suspect he will. If he doesn't get a key down here, he'll think pretty hard about whether or not he wants to death warp and check the dark chest in the back of escape.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting play to make.
I mean, if he wants to go hard on the, I mean, but there's other places that none of our runners on screen have gone yet. The Eastern Palace, the Hashla area has been untouched, I believe.
Yeah, nobody over at Eastern yet. And, nobody bothering with the fake flipper yet either.
And you've got like those that have been to Kakariko have like just enough, but not quite for Zora money. So it feels like a riskier play, maybe.
Right. You definitely don't want to put too much time into ruby farming if you're not sure it's gonna have something. But yeah, Fluke coming out of the first boomerang chest in Escape here. You see Jay Coper now has made his way down there.
Yeah, he will be the Pied Piper himself quite shortly here. See, it's funny because there's rats later on in the dungeon, Epi. All right, sorry, I felt like I had to qualify that joke, and I think I ruined it.
There was more to it than it first appeared, that's for sure. As the book comes out of the final chest in the dive there.
Yeah, the escape place seems reasonable, but boy, is desert a tough call without gloves or a fire source or boots.
Yeah. And you can bet that Korak is on his way to the village now.
Yeah, I think he's feeling like there's got to be something in Kakariko at this point, and he will be mistaken. I'm already seeing Twitch chat calling out for vanilla gloves, so good work. It is the job of Twitch chat, apparently, to just think of the worst possible places for locations. And you know what? I support that. All right, so we've got our first runner, I think, heading to the Eastern Palace area. In the upper right corner of your screen there, Benteezy taking a mosey on over to Sahasrah's. He's going to vandalize his house and rob him. It's going to be great.
Yeah, put on your hoodlum pants and.
Those are the pants for hoodlum.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have the proper attire for these things.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can't. I tried to being a hoodlum once without the correct pants. Did not work out. But you know what did work out? That sweet Sahasrah play. You've got a sword and a glove to put on the hand that you use the sword.
Yeah, so 2 swords out in the open right here. No sign of a lamp but there are many more chests to check.
Yeah, that mitt, or excuse me, that glove does open up a few checks for
back of
Ben and
escape
Logic.
for one.
Yep.
Yeah, and runners always like to see getting to the back of the escape the quick way. As we've got Korek saluting the duck. And he might take that immediately to desert. We'll see.
Yeah.
He got that book. Depends on how he feels about following the chain.
Yeah, there's a few options. I mean, there's a couple of chests in Logic on Death Mountain too. And the cost for checking them not too high, but that's a lot of screen transitions. So be curious to see if Korek decides to head over to the eastern area before chasing the book or the flute, but it's hard to tell. Meanwhile, Ben thinks to himself, I'm already over here. I might as well.
Yeah, and having the sword does kind of make, as you see, just even just swatting at those skeletons a little easier. But yeah, also now that we have the hammer and the
swatting
glove,
at the what? Swatting at the what, sir?
The skeletons. Stalfos.
There you go. All right, just checking.
You really want them,
I was gonna have to ask for your Zelda card, and I was gonna have to cut a piece off the corner of it. But you recovered. Good work.
All right.
We got to keep each other honest here at SpeedGaming. All right. Meanwhile, Korek is in the middle of Lame Town, Kakariko Village. He's enjoying all of his money and sadness. Although, to his advantage, he did get to activate the duck while he was here the first time, so I guess there's a little bit of synergy there.
Yeah, definitely a nice convenience for him.
All right, what's our hint tile say? Oh, wait, we don't have to, because hints are turned off. Booyah.
Booyah. All right. Big chest, piece of art.
That's not acceptable. I mean, blowing up walls and getting swords and mittens is exciting. And that's exactly what Jay Coper is experiencing right now. The excitement of vandalism and weaponry.
SpeedGaming does not induce vandalism. Or endorse, induce.
I was gonna...
Pardon my French as we get
what act? Oh my god.
That's a glove. That was a glove. That is a glove on the pedestal. Wow.
I was just about to say
I've never
he's
seen
banned,
that
but...
text before.
Wow.
Yeah.
That might be the single biggest piece. I mean, I guess if you can't have hints in the hint tiles, the only way you're gonna get them is by reading the pedestal text. Wow. What a player.
Those mitts, one of those required items. Speaking of gloves, what I was meaning to mention earlier, we have the hammer and one of those gloves in Logic now. So Moon Pearl gets us into Dark World and skips the whole Aga trip.
Yeah, very true. I can't get over that the pedestal mitts. That's incredible.
That's a wild one, that's for sure.
Yeah, Jay Coper is going rat hunting. Does get his key in the dark. Good work.
Nice.
We'll shortly be seeing what the cross T chest is. The dark one in Escape.
Yeah.
We'll see if Jay Coper's time investment pays out here.
Yeah, meanwhile we got Bentizi going to it from the other side. Or from the same side, never mind.
I mean, they're both there, I guess.
Yeah.
In fact, it's a back of Escape party right now.
Yeah.
I feel left out. I didn't get the invitation. It's not cool. It's like you're sitting at home and your friends are sending you pictures of a party and you're not there. Did this commentary just become therapy? I need help, Abby.
You're all right, man.
All right. So I didn't quite see what the item was.
Yeah, I couldn't make it out either, and I'm guessing. Was it the bottle?
Was it bottle?
I think it's the bottle.
I think it was.
If we head off to the village, then we will find ourselves what Sitkid might have for us.
Yeah, and the large build avian friend will help us get there faster, so it's a pretty quick check.
Yeah. Right here, right by the windmill. What a considerate kid.
Yeah, exactly. It makes him so easy to rob. And it wasn't worth it. See, crime doesn't pay, kids. Except, I guess, when you're blowing up old man houses. Then it pays. Alright, so... Oh, there's our moon pearl.
Oh, well, there. Alright.
Yikes. So, yeah.
Unless there's something on Lumberjack, we don't need Aghanim.
Nope. And with boots not yet in sight. Yeah, this turned into an all dungeon seed pretty fast.
Yeah, how about it?
You know, I'll take it. Like a good all dungeon seed, and honestly, Ak having that knowledge now might make him a little more apt to, you know, do those pen and dungeon plays that you might put off normally. So that's definitely a big factor in his favor right now.
Absolutely.
Alright, meanwhile, while Cooper checking the rest of the deserts.
Early.
Well, in desert is boots locked because map was in the chest there.
How about it?
And since we need desert for the mitts, that means we need boots for the seed.
Which means the hope for the full Monty still lives. We might get Aghanim and the Pedestal, and who knows what other sorts of runs around out of this one.
I like the full Monty. That's good. Alright, nothing in Death Mountain that we can access so far. The hammer would let us get to the right side if we also had the mirror.
Right. Or back to the left if we had the hook. But I don't
Also
think
true.
either of those is available in the light world as of yet. Jay Coper is going to go to, well, we're pretty sure the first place he's going to stop is that cave, which, well, we hope delivers the hype here.
Yeah, it's been known to have hype-containing properties in the past. I mean, our runners' inventories are looking kind of pretty sparse, so I feel like odds are good.
Yeah, there's still this cave, Paradox, and I guess a couple other sort of high percentage areas yet to be explored, but the Mire's there. The Ice Rod, piece of heart,
and the mushroom. All right, you know, I almost count. I feel like I count the mushroom against the hype cave because that's just a fetch quest. Abby, I don't. It's not fun at all.
It's an IOU perhaps.
Well, it's worse than that because you have to pay time and you might only get like 5 rupees.
Yeah.
I deem that an 8 out of 10 hype cave. That's pretty decent. Mire this early in the dark world is huge in terms of routing efficiency.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see him hit the South of Grove cave right after he checks Stumpy, and that's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean he could do Graveyard Ledge in this loop if he kept going north. Like already having the hammer in hand, you know, Thieves Town's gonna get done. So yeah, Jake Hoper, first of our restream runners in the dark world, definitely making good use of his plays here. I like it.
Yeah. And without the map check, he doesn't know how valuable that Ice Rod's going to be, and that's without considering the Pedestal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's 100% going to be needed for the seed.
Oh, yes.
Or actually, yeah, Turtle Rock has to be a crystal. Because you need
correct.
Yeah, because you need all the pendants to get in, so you need the bits, so my bad.
Well, it's alright. I mean, we got there.
Yeah.
Alright, so Jake Cooper finally gives us a map check. And
5-6 are Swamp and Turtle Rock, and I think it was Pendant Thieves?
I missed the Thieves. That was, I think, the last one that was Pendant, though. Yeah. Alright, Twitch chat helping us out. I'm an old man. I don't see very well. Never learned how to read. Alright, so we got double Agina Cave. Both these runners will be rewarded with a sword.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, Korek checking out, making the similar play that Jake Hoper did, and will be equally as rewarded.
There's
and the
boots!
Wow, the dirtiest, grossest pair of boots buried in a field somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Alright, where's Jake Hoper going with these boots? Oh, did he not check the library? Oh, he's fluting. Okay, alright.
Interesting.
So very confused. Well, you know, to save and quit when you can Mire and Bird.
It's true.
I've always said that.
It looks like he's gonna take a little way around here, and
Hey.
oh right, no mitts to get around, of course.
Yep.
Oh,
I wonder, will he do the thing, Epi? Will he do the thing while he's here?
Oh, go all the way north and look.
Oh, he's not.
Yeah,
the pedestal knowledge there. I'm still trying to figure out. I wasn't really paying attention when Ack actually went there as to why he went there. But boy, did that pay off.
I think he just decided, well, I have the book and I came over here for the flute. I might as well.
Exactly, and boy, did that pay off.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Korik
with that knowledge,
doing the old catfish Zora check. Korik's had an interesting money amount because he'd have enough for Zora, but not enough to do Zora and like pot entry. Okay, he's gonna do the mushroom with it. That makes sense.
Yep.
All right, what do we got in the brewery? Just arrows. Not very exciting.
And just a little bit of money there. The mushroom turn-in.
Did get the heart fill up from the sample of red potion that witch gives, or witch apprentice. I forget. I'm not down in my lore.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either. I guess she's the assistant. I know Link Between Worlds, there's an assistant character, and obviously that game draws a huge number of parallels.
It's almost like there's a link between the worlds, Epi.
Whoa.
Also, the witch that's outside of the hut is very much like the stereotypical witch, so that would make sense.
Yeah, totally.
Alright, let's see what Catfish has got.
Yeah, another long walk here for Korik, and...
Alright, this one does not pay off, although we've still got a Zora ledge check and Zora himself, unless he's just looting away.
Going to a shoe-it.
Unless he's gonna fake flipper it?
Oh, he wants to get into the waterfall cave.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's gonna use the properties of the Moon Pearl and the 1.0 heritage of this realm.
Indeed.
Now, what was that in the sea house?
Not much.
Yeah.
Alright, so no dip into blind yet. J. Cobra's going for the flanctuary and back of graveyard checks, I believe. Meanwhile, I think we get our first hobo look.
Yep, just $20.
You know, that hobo's not as broke as you might think. You know, I think he just chooses that lifestyle.
Could be.
You know, who are we?
Ether.
Yeah, that's not exciting.
Yeah. Fine check to make while you're up here going for Tower of Hera now, is Ben TC. And you called the route for J. Cooper. He's doing the loop. Got all the items.
Gotta get those overall checks.
And I think what we hear, and chat's pointing it out, is Korik mashing through his swims.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a known sound delay on his so you can hear him just mashing the crap out of that.
Yeah.
Gotta swim fast, man. This isn't like a leisurely stroll in down video game lane gaming. This is speed gaming. All right.
Yeah.
You gotta go fast. Also, that would be really hard to fit as like a link and on a T-shirt. So it's really good they didn't go with that brand choice. All right. Nothing on Zora Ledge. Wow, the Dark World loop not being too kind to J. Coper here.
Yeah, and I missed King's Tomb, but
nothing exciting.
Okay.
I think it was like $5 maybe.
All right.
I mean, $5 will get you a value meal in some places, so I guess that could be exciting if you're hungry. But there's no Burger King with a value meal in Hyrule, so $5 remains unexciting.
Indeed. Alright, Court, climbing the mountain now. With this gear, you gotta expect he's heading to the Tower of Hera.
Yeah, not having gotten the boots is definitely gonna irk him, I think, when he eventually finds them, because he will have to, since Desert is boots locked.
Yep. And one of those trips he was not willing to make, so...
Meanwhile, Bentisi doing the Hammer Moldorm strats. 3 hammers hits, or 3 Master Sword spins will do it.
Yep. Betting out some sword beams. Now, let's see. And a sword upgrade. So we're at
Always
3
welcome.
and a green pendant.
Always nice to find. Jacob, forgetting that you cannot run with a elderly man behind you. That's just good life advice.
Yeah.
I guess you could kind of like hobble scoot.
That is about what Link does if you attempt the dash with the old man following.
Yeah, the old hobble scoot.
Yeah.
Alright, we get our first glimpse of Death Mountain Light East here. Nothing exciting on the floating island.
Take the
Meanwhile,
spiral down.
I think, is Ak our first restream runner to be in Thieves Town? I believe that's correct.
Yeah, I think so.
And again,
Watching the
Ak
boss fight, I missed
knows...
the whole front of it. Shame on me.
Yeah, Ak knows that that he's gonna have to do this for Mitts, so that makes this play like a lot more reasonable, because he just knows 100% that it needs to happen. So I think that in Ak's favor, that's gonna make his routing just a little bit cleaner than it might be normally. Yes, that was a subtle dig.
And yeah, gold sword there for Bentisi out of the spiral cave. Depending on the order of operations, we mostly expect every runner to end up with that.
Whenever I follow Pedmass, it never gives me a butter sword. Epi, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, you have to relearn your math, because this one's Ped Mitts.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Korak holding on to the edge there.
Yeah, that was
the facing and all that.
Yeah, he was holding the correct direction.
Another bottle.
One of the advantages
so
of...
far out of Mini Moldor.
Oh, yep, yeah, that is the first one.
Mail upgrade.
You know, blue mail is always welcome.
Yeah. What you were saying?
Oh, I was just saying one of the advantages of using hammer instead of master sword when fighting an enemy like Moldorm is that you don't have to like wait for the sword charge with hammer, but it also has a really wonky hitbox. And hook shot in the big chest in Thieves Town. Wow, Ak continuing to just get dividends paid on the that initial pedestal decision.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's if you don't know this is a pen scene and you know that it's Pendant Thieves Town, unless you're playing for memes, you're not gonna pick that chest.
I mean, why else would you play, Epi? I don't understand the question. Speaking of memes, Bentisi heading up to the Palace of Darkness, sans bow, and also sans lantern. Although he's fully capable of doing those rooms in the dark, knowing whether or not they're in logic could be of some use. But it will be our first look into Palace of Darkness on the restream here, so that should hopefully be exciting. We'll see what we can get out of it. Green pendant only having $20.
Yeah, dang.
It's like that card you got from your grandparents when it was your birthday. Always nice to see.
And likewise, just rupees off of blind as Ak finishes up the fight in a routine way.
Yep, I was wondering what Ben was doing. Sans Kiki the monkey. He also remembered he needed him.
It's a good move.
It's a solid move.
Yeah, Kiki is in the logic for pod entry.
I thought really hard about like a monkey pun, and I couldn't come up with one. I feel like I failed you, Epi.
It's alright, I'm not sure there is one there.
I don't think there is either.
Yeah.
But you know what is in Palace of Darkness? 5 items. They may or may not be of value. All right, so front of Palace of Darkness, not necessarily bow locked yet with that small key. Now, I believe Ben has a potion, so he could use the potion camera unlock, which I believe is what he's going for.
Yeah, it looks to be, because you wouldn't go over here without the bow. Unless you forgot you didn't have it.
Or you really wanted to look at the vanilla telepathic tile.
Yeah. This is his girl, Zelda. Needs to know where she at. Turns out it's Turtle Rock. She's always there.
Well, some of them were Sahasrahla, weren't they? Wow, Ben almost mirrored it instead of using the potion. All right, so if you haven't seen this before, it's pretty cool. Check out the upper right of the screen. You can see the camera has unlocked, and what Ben is doing is getting the mimics off of the screen so the game thinks that they have been cleared, and then thus opening the door. It's a pretty cool trick if you haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
It might seem kind of glitchy, but it is expressly allowed in the rule set used for this tournament. So.
Yep, that is correct. Perfectly legal move for the circumstances.
Honestly, a pretty solid play. Like, if you got a potion and you're looking in a tournament to make a move, this is not a terrible one to make.
Oh. Ben getting himself ready to...
To mirror.
Okay. I was going to say, I thought you can do it in that direction, so I was just going to call it as it went.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was legal here either, but and maybe Ben wasn't sure either, so he's like, you know what, I'll just mirror. I respect that choice.
Yeah. And
all right.
Turn in from Korik.
Yeah, that was a whole lot of nothing, unfortunately. It's Korik's birthday also.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, no,
what do you think? Will we end up with all 4 runners' birthdays today?
I mean, they're all gonna have to, get all the pendants. So, I mean, it's certainly possible.
Yeah.
All right, Cooper checking out the Bombos pendant, which is definitely, I think, a check we haven't seen on stream yet.
Yeah, and we do have all the requisite gear, obviously. So, it's gonna mirror and then whip out that book.
Yeah, Cooper has been really utilizing his kind of early access to boots and mirror to get a lot of these overworld checks out of the way. Yeah, for those of you joining us late, oh wow, there's our fire source on the Bombos tablet. How flavorful!
Wow.
I mean, I guess I also would have accepted fire rod.
Oh yeah, much more useful with runners of runners of this caliber.
Oh yes.
One day I'll learn to speak.
Flavor,
runners
though, like...
of the caliber.
These runners are guns, Abby. That's all. But yes, Fire Source, definitely very nice. That does put all these sections of Palace of Darkness technically in logic.
Yeah. So as we continue to venture about it, not too much paying off yet.
No, I mean, Ben is in the middle of some of the dark portions here, and I didn't see everything that he got, but it doesn't look like anything major.
Yeah, I think the items didn't show, and I wasn't able to pull them off the inventory.
But our Excel trackers are hard at work at keeping track.
Pyramid, which found nothing.
Yeah, he'll be up here with Mire and Zora money too, so it'll be curious to see if he decides to make that choice. He's setting up the quick warp, so we'll have to see.
Makes the jump.
Alright, so not a whole lot exciting in the big chest and pod. Bombs in one of the dark chests.
It looks like Ack will make the trip all the way around to Zora.
Yeah, it's kind of an annoying walk with no flippers, but Boots makes it significantly less annoying.
Indeed.
Although you could really apply that to pretty much everything in this game, that Boots makes it significantly less annoying.
Yeah, I think it's...
Alright, it's no hammer, but what is it? 10 arrows.
10 arrows.
I mean, that's $50 per shot, Epi. I feel like, you know, I feel like...
Arrows.
Yeah, I guess. But we've already got silver arrows.
It's true. Those might cost $50 a shot.
Well, in retro, they cost 100, don't they? Or something crazy.
Oh, I don't know. But Star Wars makes the same reference, so I'm followed by Sierra in here.
Great minds think alike. Alright, so Ack heading into Death Mountain.
Yeah,
Now he knows that he has to kill Moldworm to get the pendant to get his myth.
Yep.
So I'll be curious to see how long it takes him to like prioritize like going into desert. Problem is he doesn't have a fire source, so it's kind of a tough call to make. Ironically, the sooner he heads toward the desert area in the Dark World, the sooner he might get one off of the Bombos tablet.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting play because those mitts become a bottleneck for the seed very quickly.
Well, mitts is an interesting item to have on the pedestal because, I mean, it doesn't lock a bajillion things, but it does lock a lot.
Yeah, and in particular, some dungeons.
Indeed.
So
yeah, Mire and Total Rock, not accessible.
Yeah, neither Ice Palace.
Also true.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7. It's like they numbered these dungeons with intentionality or something.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like there's a different version of this game where the items are ordered sensibly or something.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
I don't know. I heard a legend about it once.
The old vanilla ice cream choice.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
heading in now?
yeah, not going to be too successful in Eastern Palace, but it's a pretty reasonable play to make. I think the seed will break open once some of these runners elect to kind of dive into these pendant dungeons, specifically Thieves Town with a hook shot and getting you even closer to having all 3 of your pendants for the myths.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the crucial ones for sure. Yeah, just watching our runners now.
Yeah, we're retreading some ground. Yeah, that we've seen with other races. You know, I gotta say that right now I would definitely tip my cap in Ack's direction just because of the power of that pedestal hit. It's having influences on all of his routing choices. It is. The pen is mightier. I'm not really sure if that applies, but it felt like the right thing to say.
I can't imagine they have the printing press in Hyrule, so we'll say the Book of Medora is in pen, and then we'll go with that.
Are you implying that the Book of Medora is not a book at all, but like it's like a vellum scroll? Because I'm totally on board with that.
Medora might be a person. Maybe it's his book or her book. Who knows?
That's true. I guess I always assumed that Medora was like, you know, it sounds like a Hylian name, like, you know, Medora, like Mount Medora.
Now we got the Hylian Ninja Warrior, Mount Medora Ama.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it could be, but yeah, I guess I never thought that maybe Medora was the author of said book.
But chat asking for the boots location. It was the digging game in the Dark World.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised at how many of the on-screen runners like opted to skip it. Wow, is Ben doing the thing?
I think he is. He's doing
Incredible.
it. He's gonna have very important knowledge here. If you're just tuning in, you haven't heard us mention it. We're gonna have a second runner here on stream with the knowledge that mitts are on pen.
Way to lift heavier things. If there's one thing I know that gets Twitch chat's crank going, it's something important on the pedestal.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Korik disappointed with that big key chest in the Eastern Palace. Gonna have to find something else to do now. When will he either check Ped or get into Thieves Town just aside from it?
Yeah, I mean, I think going into Thieves Town right now is definitely the play to make when you're Ben, and I have a feeling that that's what we're about to see. He can also route in the portions of like the Dark World loop that he didn't do. Maybe pick up his boots.
Yeah.
All right, Ack fishing up pendant 2 of 3. Apparently there was a item in the basement of Hera.
Oh.
Oh, or he just didn't check the back? Okay,
Oh,
okay.
all right.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe he just wasn't sure. I was like, all right, I'm just checking.
I mean, I guess in theory, like, that chest is really quick to check, and if you got both of your items on the way up, you wouldn't care, right?
You know, sometimes I think we forget that the stress of a tournament can definitely get to you, and you might lose track of your chest count.
It's true.
Ben did forget that doors are locked, unfortunately, in Skull Woods.
And yeah,
Meanwhile, Korik picking up the lantern. That's pretty big. That's our only fire source so far. I wonder if we might end up seeing a... I mean, some of these runners are running out of checks at this point. So we're going to be seeing some more pendant dungeon dives pretty soon, I would imagine. Places like Thieves Town are going to start looking a little bit more appetite. If they were a dungeon you can eat. Again, don't put the gameplay in your mouth. It's for your eyes.
If you get one thing out of the stream.
Yeah, if there's one thing that Effie and I can impart to you, it's not that randomizers are cool or that community is great. It's that you cannot eat something that's non-like physical. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Alright, Korik is inching his way closer toward Boots and potentially a hook shot if he continues through. Meanwhile, I think Ak is on a desperate hunt for a fire source right now because he knows he has to get into Desert Palace.
Right, and he just wants his mitts to get him out of the way.
Yep. And the annoying thing is he knows... Oh, is he doing the thing? He might be doing the thing.
I think he is. He's been very conscious of that book the entire seed, so it would surprise me if he leaves out the Bombos tablet.
Yeah, no, I mean, no flippers, so you can't go into Swamp from here.
Right.
He's already done most of the Dark World loops, so I can't imagine this being anything else. Yep, this is a Bombos check. So we'll be seeing Ak go probably straight into Desert after this.
Real happy. Yeah, because this is just routed right on the way. Now Korik getting his boots a little bit later than everyone else. He's going to feel a little bit of sweat for that.
Well, you know, but you mentioned being happy, and I think no matter when you get boots, you're probably on some fundamental level a little happy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, raises that gold sword and gets a lantern. And bam, off to the races. Gonna go get that third pendant.
Wait, they have races in Desert Palace? You know, I guess there's a lot of long corridors in there. Of all the dungeons to hold races in Link to the Past, I feel like Desert is a pretty strong contender.
Absolutely. That in Thieves Town, you gotta love it.
True, but there are lots of holes in the wall in Thieves Town. I feel like OSHA... Oh god, Korik's doing the thing. I was making a dumb joke, but Korik's like, shut up, Files, I have important things to do. Like opening up a book and learning a sad truth about this seed. Alright, Korik, our third runner with the knowledge, the sad knowledge.
Yeah. And now Cooper heading back into Desert himself, and he's the only one who hadn't checked it, right? But I wonder if he's kind of figuring it out.
Well, I mean, at this point, like I said, we've been going for 44 minutes or so now, and, you know, the seed is yet to be cracked open, even by the runners that have the knowledge of it.
Yeah, Quake out of the east side of Desert.
Interesting. We still, I mean, due to the lack of mitts, as we have been discussing, we still do not know what the required medallions are for either Mire or Totorock.
Yeah, just as soon as we pull that pedestal, we'll have access and some reason to go check them out for sure. Let's see how front set into Axe mind those checks will be.
I'm a little worried for Jay Coper because if we get, you know, if we get items out of Desert, what are the odds that he would actually go kill Landmalus for a no item?
Yeah, it's
because I think he's the only one that has not seen the pedestal.
You are correct, and it would be an otherwise reasonable thing to do.
But yeah, I think items on the boss now that I've seen more chests, yeah.
Yeah, Axe zipping to the back here.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ben having to do a bit of a slow walk through Thieves Town always feels bad.
Yeah, right. He doesn't have those boots either, and that's gonna obviously just eat a little bit of his time up, purely by definition. Now,
I'm curious
using the pots
if
to line up the dash.
it works.
Yeah, I mean, some of those key dashes are free if you just know the little bit of quirks about the tiling.
Chat is bringing up an interesting point. If nothing super relevant is on Land Molus, odds are pretty decent that Jay Coper might end up blind pulling the pedestal because Thieves Town might be next on his list of things to do.
It's true.
So if that's true, I would give a lot of points to Jay Coper.
Oh yeah, being able to
because
figure that
he knows
out.
how to play to his audience at that point.
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing Twitch chat loves, it's something on pedestal, and even more so if it's a blind pull.
All right, $50 off of Land Mola as Ack applies butter.
I mean, it does lubricate the Land Molus. Maybe the thought is that they would emerge from their underground holes faster. It seems like a reasonable play.
Here, I was just thinking cooking.
He's like, first thing I think about with butter is not lubrication files. You need help.
Look, man, you said it, not me.
But see, now that you said that, I'm just hungry for cookies. So like, I don't know what.
Yeah.
We are seeing some you often see the fire rod used to kill the Land Molus because it just has a faster projectile than the ice rod, but the ice rod has the same killing property. 2 shots per land mole.
Yep. Get hype.
Meanwhile, Benteezy finding his hook shot in Thieves Town. He's like, another seed with pendant items and pendant dungeons, and he already knows that the ultimate pendant dungeon item on the pedestal is got something he wants. All right, chat just said that they had spaghetti with plenty of butter. I mean, I guess buttered noodles are a thing, but when I think spaghetti, I think of like the classic tomato sauce spaghetti and not necessarily the noodles, which is what they're literally named after. So who am I to judge other people's dietary choices?
Yeah. Swapped over to Ack's audio, but he's a bit quiet, so we're going to bring it back to Korik.
Did you just say Ack is a bit quiet?
The audio. From
the audio. Got it. The audio. Yes. Yeah, that is totally true.
His microphone's muted, but yeah.
I'm pretty okay with that.
Anywho, we've got a Smith check here because, well,
why not?
You got mitts, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Think about all those awesome mitts locations you couldn't do earlier. Got those boots and a hammer. And
yeah, I mean, he pulled the pedestal, man. Like, he did the thing. So yeah, Ack being the first runner with these mitts is going to be hitting all these checks.
Yeah, big money down there.
Seems like a reasonable check to do while you're here. He'll flute down, turn the chest, and then we've got some hard decisions to make. We've got no Cane of Samaria, so neither Turtle Rock or I guess we do have a Cane of Samaria.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it was right there the whole time.
Yeah, Ack is just pulling this one apart at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty close to here when you get the the mitts, but I mean, there are definitely a lot of other places you could have gone. There's a lot of the mitts checks are kind of about the map, so it's kind of just about doing them in a manner that's the fastest.
Yeah, and having the lamp for that the flute for that is super nice.
Well, I mean, the lamp is still nice too. I mean, you had to have the lamp to get the mitts in this particular seed. And Benteezy, last runner on the restream to pick up those boots. 50-minute boots on digging game feels bad, man.
Yeah, and we had a look at the front of Mire, but I could not tell it.
Yeah, I did not quite catch it either.
Ether for Misery Mire calls someone in chat. There's the bow out of the Mire shed. Oh boy.
Yikes. Well, at this point, Ak might do Checkerboard Cave, and then see you've got Samaria, but you can't get into Mire for the previously mentioned Ether. So all right, we got there.
Yeah.
That was me live working that out with verbal diarrhea on stream. So.
Oh, what about Ether?
What? Why? Why?
That was you working it out live on stream.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't have like a button that says Ether, and then I press it, and then it shows up. That's not how this works.
Yeah, I mean, this was the Get Mitts Do Meyer package.
It was.
Bow in the shed. Already had silvers from earlier, and the medallion for entry in checkerboard.
Look, man, I really don't want to. I really don't want to talk about Axe package. Can we talk about routing or something?
It wasn't Axe. It was the seed.
Okay, all right. Just checking. I want to make sure we're on the same page here. All right. Well, in terms of packages, though, this is a pretty solid play here by Ak. I mean, it's an all dungeon seed, and getting all these items here. So I mean, he'll finish up Mire, and then I bet next play on his book is probably going to be, you know, something like the Pod Eastern combo or something.
Yeah, he's got pretty much all the kit that he needs except the fire rod and the flippers.
Yeah, I was just trying to think. I mean, there's always possible. Yeah, the bombos could be on Total Rock.
Yeah, and then plus, minus, what do you call? Needing a cape, or I guess you had stock potions for Spike Cave.
Oh, yeah.
Third shield now for Ak out of that first chest. We got another item in here somewhere.
Near simultaneous blind fights.
Ooh.
Jay Coper a little off the script, but he'll be all right. Cork putting all his NMG practice to use here.
Yeah, really just putting a hamper on the synchronized swimming routine, though. But we got the explosions off. And pendants for both of these guys.
Wait,
Let's
so
see, can we get simul pulls?
We've got track and field in Desert Palace, and then synchronized swimming in Thieves Town.
Yeah.
We need a Rando Olympics. Well, that was a synchronized sword spin too. Impressive.
Yeah.
Coper is also going into Lost Woods.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the ped knowledge, so he's not doing it. Or he might.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting he didn't check.
Either that, or is he? Well, he's gonna check some chests on the way through. But
yeah, well, why not check Skull
Mire.
Woods? Yeah, why not check Skull Woods while you're here?
So
that's totally reasonable.
Yeah.
I just forgot that he didn't check Pedestal. Because why would you, right? Why would you do such a crazy thing?
Oh baby.
All right. We got a Pedestal pull with the music. It somehow seems more satisfying.
Oh, it is. It's such good sound. Meanwhile, Ak going for his cutscene chest.
Ak might fail it if he has more. What's up with people and pushing blocks in this seed? I don't know.
Ooh, just sneaks it in.
Everyone's having troubles. All right, nothing too exciting. Skull Woods here. I mean, at this point, I just assuming that Coper is gonna blind pull this pedestal, right? Like, what? Why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, I mean, you went through all the trouble. You're up here in Skull Woods. Just basically, as a matter of is he thinking about it?
Well, Jay Coper is a veteran of the rando scene. I don't think that's something he'd be surprised by anymore. But it's tournaments are definitely a higher stress environment. It's easy to forget about stuff like that.
And meanwhile, Ben struggling to find fire. Needs to get down to the Bombos tablet to find his lamp. Correct now, making the correct play, if you will. Picking up that Smith, gonna get his Cane of Samaria for it. He'd be very happy.
Yeah, inability to generate fire is definitely, like, I wouldn't want to be stuck in a time machine with Ben Teasy in the primitive ages, and then have to rely on him to start my fire. That would be I think a poor choice.
Second item there for Ack.
All right, Jay Coper's doing it. All right. Do me
Here
a
he
solid,
goes.
Coper, and don't read the front. Yeah! Blind pull pedestal for the mitts. Jay Coper.
The legend.
The man, the legend. Look at that.
Wow.
Lifting those gold gloves up. You know, I feel like those are the purest of all the 4 gloves that we saw because there was no foreknowledge. It's just beautiful. Alright, so Korek also doing the thing. Picking up his Canis and Maria.
Now let's see, does he go straight to Mire and get the ridiculously convenient setup? That's where Coper's heading. Shame, though, he hasn't done a Smith. He'll be short the...
it's really important to be able to locate your package, Epi, I think, is what the seed is trying to tell. Knowing where it is very important. All right, so the bow, that's part of said package. We'll be picking up ether.
Now...
It completes the package.
Yeah. What'll be curious is whether Cobra decides to head into Mire without the cane, playing for some other progression.
Right.
We do know that there's nothing of much value here besides the crystal.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he did not do the Smith chain first like the other 2 runners did.
Yeah, but he's gonna flute away, and we'll see what happens next. Meanwhile, Ben doing his best. He's gonna water walk now.
Yeah, I mean, taking that bow and doing Pod Eastern is a pretty solid play. Like and it's not gonna lose him a ton of time because he will eventually have to go back.
Yeah, I mean, these are plays you're gonna have to make.
Yep. Very true. Now we did see all of Palace of Darkness already from at least Ben, minus of course the item on Helmasaur himself, due to the required nature of the bow, which is mitts locked. Ben, unfortunately, still in caveman mode. He is just looking for that fire source. He's got his tinder and kindling. He's got some large logs, but he does not have 2 sticks to rub together, which I know defeats what I just said about him having tinder and kindling. But look, work with me on this one.
Ack gonna use some tricky mirroring here, get him to drop off the pendant for Sahasrara. Just $20. Ack's birthday too. How about it?
It is Ack's birthday. Yep. Happy birthday, Ack. Love, Grandpa Sah. I'd assume that there's like a Werther's original or 2 tucked in there. Those things are great. The rarely used ice rod in front of Mire.
Yeah, and
he actually got the hit off.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. It still ended up being a 2-cycle, but I'm still impressed.
Well, he got one of them, and he just barely missed the other, I think, which just a bummer. But you work with what you got.
Well, I mean, that exact statement, Epi, is the beauty of Rando. You do work with what you got.
And it looks like Bentizi will finally make the play to the Bombos tablet.
Here we go. All right, we are moving into the Bronze Age now, I think, Epi.
Hey, there's a lot of race left. He may get end up bronze in this race if he can make the right plays.
That's true. Although, actually, wait, is that Stone Age? Look, I'm no anthropologist, Epi. I've always said that.
It's true.
It's true. He said that.
You were an anthropologist just like your father before you, or something. But yeah, we've got
Emmett Files. My father was an anthropologist, and so was I. Alright, so we're going to get a peek at Helmasaur King here. I was not counting items because 4 streams is a lot, but I am not sure if Helmasaur actually has an item. I guess we're going to find out quite shortly. He does have a required crystal.
Yeah.
So at that point, who cares?
The sword strats or the bow here. He's just going to give it the spin. And slash.
You know, it could be tricky not to accidentally beam someone with Butter Sword when you've got full hearts like that.
It's true, and those beams, helpful as they are at range, utterly useless in the actual melee. And Chad asking what's on Ped, it is the mitts.
Yeah, it's the one time Pedestal is actually relevant. Well, not the one time, but you know, it's good to see Twitch chat asking the hard-hitting questions. I want to see questions about the nature of reality and what is real next. I believe in you guys. Those are hard-hitting questions. Speaking of hard-hitting questions, where are the myths, or where are the fire rod and the flippers that be? I know where the myths are. I still can't get over it. That's why it was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. Well, let's see. All I can really tell you is where the fire rod isn't. Yeah, also, it may be that the fire rod is an ice palace, in which case we need the Bombos medallion. But
that is always hilarious. Yeah, we can't even have an on-brand like ice rod and ice palace either.
Oh no.
I guess we already had
us in Hype Cave.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we already had the flavorful lantern fire source on Bombo's tablet, so you know I can't ask for too much.
Yeah, you have too much flavor. You won't be able to handle it.
I mean, we already had butter on our spaghetti. I mean, I can't.
It's true.
I don't even know if that's flavor. That's just like satisfying. That's just calories. Speaking of satisfying, Bentizi making his way to Landmo with his a little bit later than he would like fire source, but he will have mitts. You know, with 2 items still up for grabs, it's still anyone's game. Bentizi is not out of this yet. You know, he has a lot of stuff checked that some of the other runners have not, like all the pod sections that Ak is doing right now and that Koper just got done with.
It's true. I think a lot of this is going to hinge on how quickly do you take the Smith home for the Kena Samaria.
Yeah, very true. And, you know, in addition to having that early pedestal knowledge, Ak also got that Kena Samaria quite early, so...
He really did. It was just man of making the difference here. The last item off of Armos here, just the heart container.
Not exciting. I mean, we could be looking at a fire rod in, you know, Dark Death Mountain, or even in maybe the first chest, or further in Total Rock. Assuming, of course, that Total Rock does not require Bombos, which would be hilarious.
Yeah, it would certainly be something.
We've already got chat suggesting the fire rod could be on Laser Bridge, so good work, guys.
And I mean, depending on the key placement, that is a thing that happens.
It is.
Speaking of that, we may see the check for that now as Jay Koper has made his way back to the mountain by way of Flute.
It does, although he has not picked up his Kena Samaria yet, unfortunately. Has not done the Dark Smiths route, so I think... I mean, honestly, though, yeah, it still doesn't feel too bad. He's going to get 6 checks. He's got 4 from Hookshot Cave, 2 for Super Bunny, and he's going to get eyes on whether or not he is in Medallion Go mode. So, still not too bad a play here. Yeah. All right, Bentizi, hour 3 in, picking up those mitts. Feels good, man.
Yeah, so that's all 4 of them. Got those boots, got those mitts.
We've got our extremities covered.
The hook shot, too, which is big. That was going to be buried if not for the pen seat itself.
Yeah, very true. That's classic randomizer. Like, not only is it a pedestal seed, it's like a super pedestal seed because there's also a required item on the pedestal as well as in one of the pendant dungeons.
And then just so much tucked in behind those bits. Now we're getting into the Hookshot Cave.
See what Hookshot Cave is. Yeah, this is big. This is our first trip in here on the stream.
Yeah, Bentizi right up. There's the fire rod.
Oh, if Jay Koper only had the Kena Samaria, no.
Oh man, yeah, this would have been the super economical play here.
Well, the good thing is he's gonna have knowledge, so he's gonna take a look at Total Rock and see what he needs, or he isn't. No, he's gonna flute away.
Interesting. Well,
you know, he might be of the opinion like, look, if I don't find it by the time I'm going up here again, like it doesn't really matter what it is or isn't at that point. Like I'm gonna go check. So I don't know. I respect it.
As we were saying earlier, you want to win these races. Sometimes you gotta make some hard decisions, and I think that one, he's got a fair chance of it paying off.
Yeah,
He's got 2 out of 3 of the medallions, and at this point, with the way the seed has been, he might be thinking, you know what? If that thing is out of the way, I bet nobody has it.
Well, and honestly, now that I think about it, having to Fire Rod being up there means you are gonna have to come back here to kill Mothula. So depending on the location of the flippers, like if flippers are on Mothula, J. Cooper won't be down any Death Mountain climbs when you think about it, because he could just do Turtle Rock straight to GT.
Yeah. And Turtle Rock was Quake. Bentisi went up that way to Warp. And
oh, did he? Okay, I totally
thanks
missed
for
it.
that, Amandale.
Good work, Twitch chat.
Meanwhile,
All those awful things I said about you, I take back, and there were a lot of them.
Bringing that Fire Rod back into the woods. Place of great importance, the seed.
All right, it's Gibdos murder time.
Yeah, talk about flavor. There's the barbecue.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we got our buttered spaghetti, our cooked mummies, which, I don't know, it seems like it would be tough and old and sinewy. Doesn't sound like a good time to me.
Yeah, nah, maybe it's more like ribs or something. You gotta, like, put them on low temp. Who knows? But we'll find out just how J. Cooper likes his moth.
Dead.
Get in the top position. Oh,
buttered. Actually, he likes his moth like he likes his spaghetti. Buttered.
Confirmed. J. Cooper must like buttered spaghetti. Down goes the moth.
All right. Oh, what are we gonna see? Is it gonna be flippers? No, it's $20.
Yeah, just $20.
That's J. Cooper's like 5th birthday this seed.
Wow.
Incredible. Man, where are these flippers? Like, they can't be in Ice Palace by logic.
Right. They could be in Turtle Rock. I mean,
can't be in Swamp either.
Yeah, nope. I mean, at this point, we might be looking at them in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of
there's a lot of stuff we've checked already.
Yeah, I mean, that would make for a lot of Turtle Rock or a lot of Death Mountain climbs, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh! J. Cooper bailed out by the flippers location.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that... but he still does not know where Samaria is, so he might spend a lot of time in, like, Ice Palace or Swamp digging for it.
It's true.
Which would be unfortunate, but I would not blame him at all for doing so. The real question is going to be, is J. Cooper a left-side swamp goer?
Yeah, it's going to be a significant amount of time invested there. We now
see these are the kind of interesting
information we need to finish this seed. We just need one of our runners to gather all of it.
Yep. And this is the kind of interesting conundrum you get with no hints, Epi, because we have not gotten a hint to spoil the valued contents of Left Side of Swamp.
It's true.
Cooper just got drive-by robbed by a bomb there.
Oh, yeah.
And also making the classic blunder of land war in Asia and then also not draining the swamp.
Yeah. Oh. Bentisi left skull. Our tracker portal science. Wait. Yeah. Our tracker portal science.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, not our tracker. You know what? Let me just shout the crew out real quick.
No, go ahead. Just
portal.
You got the rope.
Okay, he's got a different Discord name. My bad.
No, that's him.
Yeah. Much thanks for that, and SSBM Oro for keeping the trackers.
Yeah, clicking the buttons, keeping an eye. Build us out with a few medallion locations and dark room bottles. So yeah, it's hard work.
Yeah.
But you know what else is hard work is leaving Skull Woods when there's flippers in there.
Yeah, that's gonna make this so much more difficult.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a intentional play or if he just lost item counts. I guess we're gonna find out.
I think he might be a bit on nerves at this point.
Well, you know, you've got late hits,
yeah,
late
after
boots.
yeah, the late boots and the late pedestal pull from the what do you call the search for lamp.
Oh
I
yes, yeah.
think
The caveman mode was real, unfortunately.
yeah, hopefully he can play strong through the rest of this, and the left behind flippers hopefully don't eat at him too hard. But yeah, it's the sort of thing that I don't think anybody really makes that play. I think that
Yeah, I
might
don't
be an
know.
error. But
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, I will give Ventisi credit. He went from the Stone Ages all the way to like the future magic, ages with he went from lantern to flame shooting rod. I mean, that's a technology
faster
leapfrog
than
right
any of
there.
our runners. Cooper going straight to the back.
This could be good for Koper because we of course the audience know that there is no Kana Samari over here. So if Koper decides to make that left side swamp skip, there's really nothing else like extra that Koper could want. I mean, I guess red mail or half magic, but not super necessary with butter and silvers.
And meanwhile, Korak has made his way into Turtle Rock, and it looks like Aktheboker will be short behind him.
Yeah, both of these guys got their Samaria before they climbed Death Mountain.
Yeah.
So being able to knock off Turtle Rock while they're up here. If Koper can find those, that Kana Samaria, I mean, he'll have the same number of Death Mountain climbs too. So
yeah, he's just got to get to those smiths. Yeah, but the interesting thing, I guess, is neither of these runners in Turtle Rock have the flippers, and so they're going to full clear Turtle Rock. It's not that much faster than a go mode, at least compared to some other dungeons in the way they benefit from the go mode. But nonetheless, there could be some effect here on the route if these runners were otherwise inclined to, say, gamble the keys and skip Laser Bridge.
yeah, exactly.
But the seed may not even allow for that, so we'll have to see.
Well, I think Koper will be in good shape if he decides to bail on left side swamp. Now, I'm gonna admit something to you and everyone else, that I was not counting items in swamp, so I have no idea, how many items are on left side swamp and how appealing that gamble is.
Yeah, and I'll likewise admit that watching the four runners got the best of me.
We're just two men, Twitch chat. Just trying to do the best we can. Just kidding. This is awesome.
Yeah. And our tracker indicating 2 items left side swamp. Same area as the map and compass.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, it's a moment of truth for Jay Koper, because a left side swamp jib at this point would be precious minutes.
Yeah.
And
He's
there we go.
back.
Yeah, I don't really blame him. If you're gonna make the swamp play, you might as well go all the way.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons is like, hey, have the flip so it completes the kit, and that kind of gives you that cognitive blink, but also highest number of items in this dungeon. You're going for stats at this point.
Oh yeah. Also, I'm impressed that you managed to switch from package to kit on the fly. Very well done. I almost didn't even notice. Good work.
Thanks.
Meanwhile, Bentisi taking his bow and heading back, doing the Eastern Palace pod loop here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still getting work done, but it's going to be at some point he's going to have to go back into Skull Woods and pick up those flippers, or he'll be in trubs.
Yeah. The other option is one you don't want to think about here in the qualifier, which would be simply not finishing. Really hurts the standing.
It does. But you know what? If you haven't played a rando seed and forgotten one item or mismarked something, you just haven't played enough of them yet, because it happens to everybody.
All right, we're gonna get the Mimic Cave check from Korek, looking for those flippers that we know are in the out of the way chest in the back of Skull Woods.
Fire rod locked.
Yeah. So you
know
gotta
what's
go up the mountain to go into the woods.
They were thinking fire rod locked flippers via way of Turtle Rock, and they were in the right, a general idea, but they were fire rod locked elsewhere.
True.
Alright, so yeah, Mimic Cave. Not particularly exciting, but that's alright. Yeah, I think it's just the only quality of life items left are red mail and half magic, with half magic being infinitely more useful for runners of this caliber.
Indeed. Allow them to get far more use out of that fire rod should they desire it.
Oh, I desire that. If you heard the noise that thing, it makes like a whooshing noise, and it burns stuff, and it flies really fast. When I see it, I clap my hands. But unfortunately, nothing, no half magic, no anything worthwhile left side swamp.
Yeah, ain't that the way?
It is. Now, Coper's got some interesting choices to make right now that include, you know, Samaria-less Mire, which is gross.
Yeah. And looks like he's going south. Leave this ice palace. Gonna go for a blind check of the island here. Come to think of it, I don't know if anybody actually took the time to look. We'll get a red rang.
Oh, he poo-poos the... You know, obviously it is objectively the worst boomerang, so that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree Hookshot is the best boomerang.
The old tickle beam.
Yep.
Alright, Coper electing to... I had forgotten that he had not...
Oh yeah, gonna check off some boxes here that he had left behind.
You know, in terms of looking for Samaria-ness, these are all reasonable plays.
Ooh, red
mail.
mail.
There's our red mail.
Korik. I don't think it helps him against the lasers though, right? Oh, and the key there required
Korik!
Ridge. So the route ending up not making much of a difference. It looks like Ack the Boker is gonna pull just slightly ahead here in terms of the Turtle Rock clear.
That could have been an intentional death to get some heart refills. Actually,
oh, I
would be my guess.
So.
Yeah,
I think so. He went for the safety door, knowing this peril.
Yep, that is definitely what they call it, the safety door. Meanwhile, Ack getting across the Trinex pit first here.
Oh no! And Korik stopping himself up on the pegs. Sneak around the Hokuboku.
Oh, he's doing the one cycle. Could he get it?
I think he do.
Or the 0 cycle, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got it.
Nice, very nice. I mean...
Yeah, that's a tight window. You got to dash real close to the body and still hit the heads with the appropriate rod. Let's see if Korik gets it.
Yeah. Life hands you lemonade, you drink it. Oh, and maybe a touch slow? We getting that tail wag?
He might... Yeah,
dang,
we did.
One cycle, just barely.
Yeah, the first hit on the ice head, or on the fire head, threw him a little bit further to the left than he would have liked, so yeah. That's alright. It's still pretty fast.
Yeah, Gold Sword making an easy fight here. Good stuff.
Alright, Jay Coper is doing the thing on the upper left of your screen there. He will be our first runner in Go Mode.
Different thing, the sort of opposite thing of the thing you'd want to see.
Yeah,
he's going into Mire without that cane, and that's a bummer.
It is. No cane and no flips.
But yeah, that is going to put Jay Coper into Go Mode. So yeah, that's these dungeons will be cleared to their just minimal extent.
Yeah, I do not remember exactly where the big key was in Mire here. I recall there being some failures in the cutscene. Oh, is it? Okay.
I think, but I'm a little hazy.
Because Ack and Korik were here earlier, but they were not in Go Mode, so they were definitely clearing the whole thing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't really blame Bent Easy for this play with the way that mitts were on Pedestal. Like, why wouldn't Samaria also be, you know, in Mire itself?
Going back for the item in Hera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I mean, we had Akka doing extra map checks just in case. Is this a compass, or do we know? Or is this a known item? I guess I don't even know.
I think we know it's an item, but maybe we don't.
I mean, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, we've got confirmation from our trackers and the rest of the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, being told the compass was in big chest, so yes.
At the very least, I would assume Korik would have, if he was unsure, would have checked. But then, you know, again, the stress of a race, one makes mistakes.
Yeah, well, Ack is entering Skull Woods right now, so he will shortly be finding his flippers as well.
Yeah, and there's a big key for Mire out on the grid.
Yep. All right, so it was an item, not a useful one, but it sure was an item.
Yeah. And probably Spike Cave?
Yeah, it looks like you're right. No other reason to go into the Dark World here.
Yeah.
Short of picking up Spectacle Rock item, I guess.
Yeah.
Which we've already done.
Booker putting the work in on Mothula now. Gonna want to get him positioned off, and there we go. Finishing it up.
Also likes his moths dead and butter.
Yep.
It's what all the cool kids are doing.
And the suggestion in the chat that Ack's in good shape. Yes, significantly good shape. He's going to be in go mode, provided he goes to get this other chest in Skull Woods.
Yeah, he could accidentally skip it. It's certainly possible. We're about to find out.
We've seen it happen. But is that Bentisi heading north again? Ack will get this chest. It will pay huge for him. He's
if Ben was gonna
matter of minutes.
If Ben was gonna remember the Skull Woods play, oh no, Ben, go north.
Oh, shucks.
Bentisi. It's always rough to see.
Yeah. Ack with the bounce. Ack with the flips. That's go mode for Ack at 120-106. So just, what, about 4 minutes off of Coper?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, with just
although Ack does have a Turtle Rock clear.
Oh yeah, he's got Swamp and IP to do. And
yeah,
this
but
is
Coper
pretty
did
much
clear
the...
Swamp.
It's true. He didn't full clear, to his credit. Actually, a good move on his part. Under those circumstances, he was still for that cane.
Yeah, let's not give him
what
credit.
What we've got here is probably, I would say, most runners' favorite 2 go mode dungeons you get to do. Because they're the ones that are the most affected. Ice Palace and Swamp Palace. Dungeons that, if you know some things, you don't need the big keys for. You just go in and do them.
But what is it with Zelda dungeons having anything to do with water and being awful? Whether, you know, like... There's gonna be like a water vapor dungeon somewhere, and it's gonna suck. Like it's gonna happen.
You seem pretty steamed about this.
I need to be cool about
it. Yeah. Chill out.
Chill out.
Yeah.
I was gonna go for an ice cube joke, but no dice. All right, so that is a Canis Samaria for Bentisi.
There it is. That's good news. He does still need to get back to Skull Woods.
He does. And at this point, if you're Ben, Turtle Rock and Misery Mire are looking pretty appetizing with this Canis Mario find.
Yeah. It's
the Twitch chat saying the sauna dungeon. That would be the water vapor dungeon from hell. Literally.
Something like that.
Good work, Yarky.
Yeah,
all right, so it is going to be
Skull Woods now.
Yeah, I mean it's you know it's pretty logical progression for Korik here. Of the runners that are in go mode or soon to be go mode, I think I would tip my hat toward Ack right now, just because the dungeons that he have cleared are a little bit more tedious than the ones that Coper has. But it's going to be close. I mean we're in the realm of GT routing away from a winner on the restream here.
It's true, it's true. Yeah, we're just seeing Akashu, all chests, everything here. Won't even see him get the waterfall. Unless he really wants half magic for some reason.
Well, you know, why wouldn't you? It's half magic. You could get 2 magics for the price of 1, Abby. That's what they mean by half magic, right?
I think so.
Oh yeah, I can't think of what else they would mean.
Korik about to drop into a small fight.
Yep.
Giving it a spin over in the Pengator room. Gonna make a drop into Ice Palace's awful underbelly. Nice fight for Korik.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well. Sometimes Moth cooperates, and sometimes you gotta make Moth cooperate.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll see how Ack's Argus fight goes here.
plenty of firepower with that sword, so should just be hook and slash and hook and slash and hook and slash.
It's puff murder. It's like me at the State Fair cotton candy aisle.
Alright, a pretty quick drop there. Gets the silver arrow in right there in the corner. Real nice fight.
Yeah, not too bad.
He's got that big key. This is cool. I'm just going to hold on to that forever.
Korik picking up his flippers. That puts him in go mode.
Yeah, about 4 minutes past Ack. That.
Yep, Ack is a Swamp Palace ahead of Korik right now. Which, even with favorable GT routing, is a tough lead to overcome. Still possible, though.
Oh, yeah. You'd need, like, there's probably, like, one chest somewhere besides Tile Room that would, kind of open that back up, but, yeah. Meanwhile...
Yeah, Cooper's getting pretty close to his Cold Stare fight. Yep. You know, with Butter and Fire Rod here. Should be quick work.
Yep, quick and delicious.
See, more all the cotton candy like bosses. I'm just getting hungry. Alright, so Ben working his way through Turtle Rock, desperately hoping... Wow, he got a DoorDash there, nice. Desperately hoping that that the flippers are going to show up.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they are located in Skullwoods. So he will not be successful in that search, unfortunately.
You know, I'm not even going to blame myself for missing the Cold Stare fight on Cobra. Because with that equipment, just totally owned.
Oh, yeah, he got the spin off in the
Crystal.
corner and just had a couple loose puffs that are mopped up quite shortly with Butter.
Yeah.
They're like the mashed potatoes of bosses. This is why I shouldn't do commentary when I'm hungry. Alright, so Jay Coper is going to be climbing Death Mountain for the last time this season. So this is a little bit of that synergy we were talking about. It might have felt like Jay Coper was going to have an extra Death Mountain climb, but due to the nature of that Fire Rod location, it ended up working out pretty well for him.
Yeah, goes for the blue potion on the way. When you got the empty bottle there, it's pretty smart play.
You know, you really have to weigh. You really have to weigh the you know, the price of death or failure against 10 seconds it takes to food to get a potion. You know,
Yeah,
like
right.
if that calculus is in your favor, there's no reason not to do it.
Pretty much. Hubris is the worst way to end up dying in one of these. But yeah, Ack, never mind with bomb jumps, just dances his way across that gap there in Ice Palace.
I mean, I'm gonna use the word fail, but dances works. All right, so we are draining even more water in the water palace. Lame palace.
Now we're seeing pretty much the difference here between Jay Coper and Ack the Boker right now.
Yeah, Coper's got... I mean, he'll be able to skip portions of Turtle Rock, and I believe the small key logic did favor the big chest skip. Oh,
so.
Ack missed a Fire Rod shot. He had to use a green potion.
Oh, no.
And he's going to miss the spin. No, he got the spin.
He got the spin, and when you got the gold sword, it's a real quick fight.
Ooh, that would have been a crushing time loss if there had not been... Like, if Ack had used his green potion for the potion glitch like Ben did. That would have been that would have been a really costly mistake.
Yeah.
He might have been a little bit more lackadaisical with that, with the knowledge that he had a green potion, but now he's out of backups. Meanwhile, Ben is in his room of last hope. Oh no!
Oh gosh, did he make it down the bridge?
I don't think so.
Oh gosh. Oh no. He didn't.
Ah, Ben.
Oh, bummer.
I mean, the stress of these races is real, man. Like,
for sure.
Ben TZ is a great rando player, and sometimes it doesn't take much to get you tilted.
Yeah. If we could take care of just a tiny bit of housekeeping real quick. Ack the Boker is on the way up to Ganon's tower. And there's a big key in there, and there are 22 chests that can be in, so if you're wondering what all the numbers are about in chat, go ahead and make a guess. Pick a number, and base it off Act the Boger's route, and, you know, just for giggles.
Hee hee. I don't know if that was really a giggle, but I was trying, man. I really was.
The effort is appreciated.
No problem, buddy.
With the 0. Just walk in and have it.
This is not key sanity checks. They do not preemptively have the GT big.
Alright, so now we're seeing Korik going through Ice Palace at about the same time as Jacopo walks back in the front door of Turtle Rock after doing a couple of chests. So we'll see what the speed difference is here. Because I'll tell you what, Ice Palace flies by if you don't have to do anything.
Very true. Well, I don't know if flies by is the choice I would make, but the difference between having to full clear it and being able to go mode it is definitely extreme.
For sure. No.
But there is still a lot of wow, Jake Cooper is just having chain chomp troubles.
Yeah.
Those guys are jerks. Some of the highest damaging non-boss enemies in the game, those guys.
Yeah, something absurd like 8 or green mail or something.
Alright, so if anyone guessed check 1, you are super wrong. I cannot explain to you how wrong you were.
Just so incredibly wrong. It's okay.
so very wrong. Alright, is Ak a Mire and Stalfos room router? We're about to find out, kids.
Stay tuned. Do not adjust your television set.
Checks 2 and 3 and 4.
I do like this hookshot use.
Works out pretty well. Alright, he is. I do like this GT route. It's a lot of checks per minute up front, and it also reduces a lot of variance between people that go like full right or full left. I feel like the route has been getting more popular as of late.
Yeah, it's pretty cool
there's our
to see as people work out the math for things, finding it applied and seeing it pay off too.
Oh yeah, I mean,
there's
Tile Room is still a terrible play.
Right. Well, obviously there's a ton of randomization to it. There's, you know, statistics are what you use to help deal with that, and so you end up with strats like this.
Oh yeah, well, and there's also just the meta too. You know, knowing what other people. Oh, Jake Hooper takes a death.
Oh no.
Mere inches away from a death reset point. Oh, that really hurts.
Oh no.
Ooh, that does put Jake Hooper even further behind Ak, unfortunately.
Yeah.
This might actually help Korik's chances against Cooper specifically, because unfortunately Cooper is going to have to walk all the way back through the midpoint of Turtle Rock again.
Yeah, that's a huge loss for Cooper right there. Meanwhile, Korik finishing up his Ice Palace boss fight, and he's going to be making his way back up the mountain too.
Yep. Meanwhile, Ak, we weren't counting off the chest, but yeah, the right side, we are still sans big key, unfortunately.
Yep, that's what we got, 5 on the left, 6 on the right, and then that one more there.
11. Well, wait, Torch 4 on the left, 2 in Hope Room, 4 in right. Look, doing math and counting live on stream, you're asking a lot out of us. Alright, meanwhile, Firebar Room, nothing. Alright, well, for those of you wondering, Ben Teasy did do a forfeit.
Right.
As he has missed the items, so I think right now he is doing some clips and messing around, so definitely GG's to Ben. He definitely had some good skill showcase here, but did just get randoed, unfortunately. Sometimes you just miss an item.
Yeah. Ended up missing those flippers in Skullwoods, and, well, Crystal Swamp says you need them.
Yeah, I don't know if he's trying to clip into GT. Hard to do from the light world.
Maybe gonna say hi to Grandpa one more time.
Yeah, there we go. He found the warp. There we go. All right.
Nice.
Now we're going to. There we go. Checking hammer. Oh, that's right. He didn't check. He didn't check Spike Cave either.
It's true.
Meanwhile, Ack finishing up Silver Armos.
Man, looks like we're gonna have it here in the back.
So it's at 19.
Half magic.
Oh, there's half magic.
Wait.
Are you kidding me? Was the big key on the tower room?
Oh, that's awesome. And he got the cape and the half magic, so it's like it's not even that bad.
It's a Ganon package. We found Ganon's package.
Whoa. This is not what I ordered.
I feel like I don't recall signing up for this.
Yeah. Well,
all right. So anybody that guessed 22.
The wall grab here, but he's just dancing around. We'll see. Hopefully, he keeps away from this wall master.
Yeah, maybe Axe saw into the future and saw a Twitch chat saying Cape was going to make Tower boring, and Axe like, you haven't seen anything.
But yeah, if you guessed 22, well, good on you. Called this one.
I mean, this is an impressive seed. I mean, not only did we have an all dungeons pedestal mid, but we also had a top room big key.
Yeah, not to be too ridiculous, but if Korik would have just stopped there for a second, this seed would have got a whole lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Just watching one of them walk out while the other one walks in.
Yikes. All right, so Ack making his climb. So we've got Jay Coper finally on his way up out of Turtle Rock. I think he did exchange relative places with Korik with that unfortunate Turtle Rock death. But you know, when the big key is in the tower room, Epi, I mean, anything can happen to the standings. You know, a tower room gamble is something that somebody might do in a crazy bid to stay ahead of in a tournament race like this.
It's true.
I had to wrestle that sentence to the ground.
Probably the #1 gamble that somebody could make in this case.
I mean, it's objectively a bad play, but you know what? Sometimes 5% of the time it works. And who am I to judge? All right. Meanwhile, Ack making his way through the gauntlet here. He mirrored out of the first Red Stalfos room, and now those Red Stalfos had their revenge by making him miss when he threw pop.
Curse them.
It's the ultimate revenge story. Yep. Someone call Hollywood.
Nice dash strat there.
Oh, Korik trying to NMG his way through Ganon's tower and not having luck, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Does get to the second one though, so good work.
Yeah, very nice. All right. And
pretty reasonable landmost there.
Yeah. It was a sort of different setup than you might expect with the kit, but took it down.
Are you talking about the landmost package, Epi?
Oh, I was talking about the items that Ack used.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, just making sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
all on the same page.
Your euphemisms.
All right. Meanwhile, no tower room play from either Jay Coper or Korik, yeah. Which just shows you that they are two smart people.
Yeah, I mean honestly, and they feel comfortable enough with their performance here that they don't think they need something absolutely wild to get this.
Yeah, exactly. I was curious why Korik decided to get out his Mire.
I'm unsure.
I mean, maybe he just wanted to gaze upon his own visit. Just, you know, is vanity a crime in Hyrule, Epi? I don't think it is.
I'm not familiar. I'll have to ask a Hylian lawyer.
There's only like 20 people in the entire world. That guy probably does not get a lot of work.
It's true. It's true.
Although maybe maybe Hyrule is a very litigious society. You know, who am I to judge the culture of another land I don't understand? An American, that's who. All right, so Korik dropping down into Ice Armos. We'll be making quick work of them. Meanwhile, does Ack go for the meme chest that shall not be named? He does not. Of course, why would he?
No
I mean, you've already got red mail, butter, or silver's half magic. The only thing you're gonna find in that chest is trouble.
Pretty much.
All right, Korik about to get the sad news about where the GT Big Key is. Nice magic refill there. Meanwhile, Ack getting out his protractor. Measures incorrectly for the... That would have been a tough triple, though. Real talk. I would have been super impressed if he had gotten that one.
Yeah, the positioning wasn't quite favorable. But there he goes. I think that was like basically the trip, but the 2 hit... Or 1 was a blue ball, never mind. So 3 doubles gets it done for Ack.
Yeah, definitely. And that last one was definitely not free either.
Yeah, no. And at just over 1 hour and 40 minutes, we've got the bat in flight.
I just assumed that is like just a super fat bat. Or the structural integrity of the Pyramid of Power is deeply in question.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it can hold Link's body weight, right? Because he mirrors there after the Aghanim fight. But outside of that, not sure what happened. All right, Jake Hober right behind Korik with that big key get. Oh, that's right, he didn't do right side. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go the long way to tile room this way. Meanwhile, Ack the Boker's starting up this Ganon fight. Got the dash right off the bat and is putting in the work with that gold sword. When you got the silvers, it's not a huge difference between gold and tempered, but I mean, every little bit helps when you're trying to.
Oh, and he misses misses the torch glitch. Not that you really need it with butter and silvers, but
yeah. And there goes
does get the triple arrow though. I'm impressed. All right, that is a dead blue pig for Ack the Boker. So bust out your GGs in chat. So just for the record, Ack the Boker finishes with an official time of 1:42.05. Did finish 4th place of all the runners that we did not see off stream. So definitely still a pretty solid time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
First place was our own Willard J. Bradley with a 1:36.19. So definitely a 6-minute difference there.
What about our 2nd and 3rd place in that case?
Oh, sure. Sorry, I was reading, and then I promptly got distracted because I can't do 2 things at once. But yes, Aussie 101 finished in 2nd place with a 1:36.39, so 20 seconds behind 1st place, Willard J. Bradley. Banta finished in 3rd place with a 1:40.53, so about 3.5 minutes behind 1st and 2nd there, and 2 minutes before our restream winner Ack. So
hey, GG's to both of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 142
those
head seeds probably pretty okay with most of these.
Exactly. I mean, 136, 2 136s on a pet seed with Tile Room GT Vicky is just pretty impressive. So yeah, we've got both Jake Hoper and Korik working their way through GT here. Korik definitely has an advantage at this point.
Yeah, certainly.
Even a Molderworm fall I don't think would be enough, but a Ganon fall might be enough. So an execution important all the way through these seeds. We got Twitch chat asking why he hates the Philadelphia Phillies so much. I feel like that's a good question.
Yeah, I'll have to get him that one in the interview.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we are joined by Restream winner and 4th place finisher, Ack the Boker. Ack, how's it going?
Dude, freaking awesome. If I would have known we would have had such a stacked commentary team, I wouldn't have played. I would have just watched.
What's up?
We're also joined by Ben Teasy. Ben, I was feeling for you that whole seed, man.
Yeah, tough break.
It's a good learning how to count to 2 is pretty important in Randomizer.
It is. Also,
it's like counting to 2. It's like counting to 2 when you count to like 6 in another spot and 5 in another. Yeah, tough break though.
Yeah,
GG's to both. A lot of
that was pretty perfect timing. I like forfeited, and like 5 seconds later, Willard finished it. I just messaged him like, Willard, help! What did I miss?
How you make
yeah.
Oh, Skull Woods. Okay.
What button you press to swim?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Bentizi, did you just miscount or just intentionally wanted to go back? Or
so I didn't count the first time I was there, and then the second time I was there, I pressed start and I looked at my items and I saw that I had the map and the compass, and I was like, okay, so Moth has to have an item, and I completely disregarded that there's possibly another item.
Oh yeah, the small keys in there.
Like, because I was like, oh yeah, so he can't have a key, and I already have the map and the compass, so he has to have an item. He probably has what I need. And then I went to him, and he had a red rupee or something, and I was like, huh. And then I just moved on with my life. I was like, I don't know what.
It's like I got other things to do in this seed, Moth.
The word. At one point, I was like, okay. So fun fact for those that don't know, I got a Super NT this week, and an SNES today, and 2 brand new controllers today, and I was like, let me try to hook this up 30 minutes before this match.
Oh, that sounds like there wouldn't be any problems whatsoever.
Yeah.
So long story short, I couldn't get it to be on my TV and my computer, so I played that whole match through my OBS capture, which has a bit of delay.
Oh wow! Oh, that actually makes some of the tech you did even more impressive, actually.
Yeah.
So I was like,
it does explain a little bit.
I was like, this is a mess. And so at the end, like when we got the mitts and I didn't get the items that I needed, I was like, I don't want to. I'm gonna go to Hera basement. I'm gonna gamble that it's over here. If I find the Canis of Mario and that leads to flippers, and I get to go mode a bunch of dungeons, like this is gonna be great. So I go to Hera basement and I get nothing. Yeah. And then when I'm in Turtle Rock, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna gamble this Mimic's cave.
Let's set up the
and worst case scenario, I'll just mirror after Trinex if I don't get it. And then I couldn't mirror. I don't know if you guys saw me like mashing the mirror in the Trinex room. But it wouldn't let me mirror, and I was like, oh, that's awkward. So then I just glitched to the Mimic Cave and didn't get anything. I was like, alright, well now I have to forfeit because I glitched, so.
Fair enough.
But yeah, with that, we got Korik finishing up a strong Ganon fight. GG's to him.
Yeah, official finish time at 147.29.
And I
so,
think
I gotta ask you,
Ak. Be a triple double on Aga too. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Ak, I gotta ask you, what possessed you to go ban yourself and go check the pedestal? You did it earlier than most, man.
I don't know. I've been watching a few of these qualifiers, and I gotta say that I feel like somebody stacked the cookie jar here, because it's getting kind of ridiculous. So there was very easy pendants. I had an early book. I don't know, man. Something's going on.
So I'm really happy that my audio was not being used, because at some point in pod I was like, why am I in pod? I should be clearing Thieves Town. This is a tournament match. It's clearly a pedestal seed.
Well, you know, we got to give props to our boy Jay Coper, because of all of you guys on stream, he's the only one that blind pulled that pedestal like a boss.
It's true. It's true.
That was a great seed.
And everything was behind the mids too. So I mean, I didn't even think having the knowledge of the mids was even that much of an advantage, unless
you
just
much
like
you had to clear. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
How about the walk-in to Mire?
Oh yeah, just leave the keys on the doormat, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was quite a package to find at the beginning there.
Yeah. Well, we are also joined now by Korik. GG's, man.
Oh, thanks. GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, that was definitely a qualifier tier seed.
And while we're GG to Coper, who now finishes his Ganon fight.
He did. He finished
Solid
in
display all
11th
around.
place of the runners.
Willard said he go-moded like 6 dungeons, which is insane with where the mids were.
Yeah.
That's I mean, for an old dungeon seed, it's not that bad.
Well, the fire rod being on Death Mountain basically guaranteed an extra climb. You know, whether you had Samaria going up there the first time or not. It was interesting because Korik, you and Ak both kind of got the Samaria right after, right after picking up your mitts, whereas Koper went up there without Samaria and got the fire rod and got the flippers in Skull Woods. So it was just kind of interesting that it worked out in a way that the number of climbs kind of ended up being the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it made sense. I didn't really necessarily feel good about the order I did things. I felt like I lost a lot of time, I guess, from Mire in general. I even went and did the cutscene chest because I was like, man, Fire Rod's got to be there, dude. I don't know. I was really feeling it. I don't know.
The last chest first.
The sequencing of everything worked out, but I definitely could have cut a couple more corners, I guess.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those seeds where the sequencing of things just felt off. Well, it looks like we are joined by Jay Coper. GG's, Jay Coper.
GG.
Hey, thanks.
I gotta give you props. I was already giving you props before you were in here, but you get a whole bunch of bonus points from me personally for blind pulling that pedestal like a boss and picking up those mitts.
Man, I wanted some bonus.
What was that?
Oh,
Bonus points.
No, I said you got bonus points because you blind pulled the pedestal.
Yeah.
Although all the rest of our on-stream runners checked the pedestal first, but you had that foresight to know that it had to be there.
Yeah, I mean, the routing it just made sense that way. I guess I could have perhaps checked the pedestal earlier and then not dipped Pod and Eastern before doing the pendant dungeons, but whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
I just had
I
to
mean,
go
where the
back through
bow
those.
ended up anyway, it was one of those things where you probably were going to end up in pod at some point anyway without the bow, so who knows. But leading into that pool, did you have an idea that the seed was tilting that way, or was it just since I'm back here?
I don't know. I knew it felt like something was going on because no items were coming. But like there were a lot of spots left, like in the back of Thieves Town and Skullwoods and things like that. So I wasn't quite sure if it was going to be Pedestal, but it was very convenient to route it for sure. It was it was a little bit of a blessing that that there was an item on Land Mollas, because I don't know if I would have gone and killed them otherwise.
Yeah, we had wondered about that too. And it was about the time, I want to say Korik was heading in to make the kill that it ended up paying off. So, yeah, spared that way, which is good.
So I felt like my routing was mostly pretty good. Obviously, because I dipped Eastern in Pod, then there were probably other people that pulled the pedestal before me. Probably lots of people, I guess. But I felt like everything was going pretty well until then. The only real two things that I could have or maybe should have done to speed it up in the end was I could have done the Smith before going to Swamp, I guess. And
yeah, it was kind of another sticking point in the seed itself, rather than anybody's particular routing to. Was if you just happened to go to Smith, then going to Mire was like, oh yeah, I will definitely do Misery Mire now. But any other seed, and who knows where that cane would have been.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a lot of spots that were opened up by the mitts and the flippers coming at once. So, I kind of banked on maybe the flippers opening something, but that was perhaps silly in retrospect, and it would have been nice.
Swamp Palace.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you were counting on your way through there, and just eschewing left side because of the time investment, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there were 3 items left in there, so it seemed
a little bit of a
exactly.
sweat. Yeah.
So
Ended up in your favor, though.
Yeah, if it would have been on the waiting swamp, it would have worked out, for the better. But I probably should have played it a little safe and just done the Smith stuff quick, because the way it did work out, it cost me, around a minute or so. I don't know if I had done like purple chest first. But yeah, that, and then I just played a little too much entrance, I guess, and forgot that I need to bomb the door open.
It happens.
Yeah, but that was painful. I wonder how close I would have been to like Korik if I wouldn't have been dumb there. But
you guys were pretty close. I think you were slightly ahead, and with that gaff, Korik did swing the other way, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh well, it's not a big deal. I'm not
I mean,
getting
good display by everybody on stream, even Ben, who, rando happens.
I had fun.
Yeah.
The only good thing about reading the pedestal was I was like, yes, that means boots are soon. That was like my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I was like, give me. I was like, watch it be like flippers to like walking in swamp to like the lamp to like somewhere stupid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where were the boots again?
Digging
Big game.
Dig game. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I gotta say, in all dungeons, GT Tower Room, gross seed, you guys still all sub 150 did, so that's not too shabby, Joe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any final thoughts from you guys on the seed or the nature of the tournament qualifiers before we check out here?
No, just appreciate, the restream, commentary, tracking. Man, everything's been fun. Great. Really enjoying it. Just suck at files.
And any mic drops. Good stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hopefully I get to see some of you guys at the actual live event.
Yeah,
Should-
looking
should
forward
be
to
fun.
it, man.
I'm just playing to play. I know I'm going regardless. So
Awesome.
it's just fun to.
Yeah, definitely.
That reminder, October 24th, that weekend in Herndon, Virginia, SpeedGaming Live 2019. It's going to be this Link to the Past Randomizer tournament, as well as a whole mess of other tournaments.
Yeah, if you
got
like
a chat
randomizers or speed gaming or anything like that, definitely check it out.
And there that is in the chat. Also, want to thank our trackers again, who I kind of gaffed on names earlier. Oro and Portal Science, keeping us on track with all the different medallions for opening the doors and the things we happen to miss, keeping track of some very divergent routes throughout the race.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Gosh, and when is our next qualifier?
The next qualifier is this Friday at 11 p.m. EDT. That's 5 a.m. Central European Standard Time, I believe. So yeah, there's
Awesome.
I think we got one
More
more
of this.
week's worth of. I think the last qualifier for this sequence here is next week Wednesday. So we're definitely getting down to brass tacks here, gentlemen. So
Yep.
if you guys have any more qualifier races to do, good luck on those in the future.
Yeah, best of luck, guys.
And
Thank you.
from
Have a
all
good
of us here at Speed Gaming, thanks for hanging out, and we will see you next mission.
Good night, everybody.